Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Detroit Tigers and the Washington Nationals. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
2023 Washington Nationals.
Just about ready to roll. And on the hill today, Jake Irvin. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Stepping in, Zach McKinstry. Pitch misses there, and we're off and rolling here in D.C. Right-hander kicks, deals.
Hey. 1-1.
Down the left field line, should be extra bases. And that rolls into the corner. McKinstry into second, and he's got a double.
That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Now it's Javier Baez. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Javier Baez, who hails from Puerto Rico. He was the 9th overall pick in 2011 by the Cubs. And what a fun player to watch. Won the World Series in 2016. He was the NLCS MVP. And, of course, on the cover of MLB The Show in 2020.
Yeah, nearly won the MVP in 2018 when he finished runner-up to Christian Yelich. And it's about the only thing he hasn't been able to do.
And now the Tigers line up for manager A.J. Hinch. And so far this year, this has not been a very good offense.
Well, in this day and age, if you can't slug and get on base, that OPS has to be at a certain level. If you're going to produce runs, give your pitchers an opportunity as they're facing tough offenses as well.
Here's Riley Green. And first offering is fouled off. There's a strike.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
One away with a runner at third. And a base hit into right center field. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. Throws to second. He's in safely at second as a run scores.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that one hops the wall. The run comes in to score from second, and they lead by 2. And he's there with a double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Man at second with 1 away. Now it's going to be Andy Ibanez. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. Good eye right there. Torkelson over at second, 1 down. Check swing. He went, and it's 1-1. Out towards right center field. It falls in, and that's a hit. Runner from second scores as they add on, and they lead by 3. Nick Maton up now for the Tigers. Irvin checks the runner. Ibanez gets back easily. Lined into right. Can't field it cleanly. Lead runner around second.
Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Akil Baddoo now at the plate. That one's in there, 0-1. Runners are at the corners, 1 away. That's in there. That's strike 2.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
0-2 now. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Batting in, the catcher, number 13, Eric Haas.
And next up for the Tigers, Eric Haas. It appears Dave Martinez is ready to dive into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Jake Irvin gives way, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Kyle Finnegan will take over here.
And something to be aware of, the long ball has been a little bit of a problem for him this year.
Double steal. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Maton headed for the plate. He will score. It's 5-0.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And up next for Detroit, Matt Vierling. To short, could be 2. Abrams over to second, double play, and that'll do it for the inning. So 5 runs in the inning as they bat around. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Tigers 5 and the Nationals nothing. Back here in Nationals Park. And the pitcher for this one, Matthew Boyd. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
The next offering misses. 1-1.
1-1.
And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Just off the outside edge. And that's ball 2.
It's a good take.
Three-two now.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
And a pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
The wide to kick the pitch. And that one is inside.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
The pitch. This one in the air, center field. Green puts it away for the out. That's out number 2. As we take a look at the Nationals lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Joey Meneses.
Well, Boog, there aren't many guys who have a flair for the big moment like he does. I mean, batting over 400 with runners in scoring position. Are you kidding me? I know it's not guaranteed or an automatic, but I hope we get to see him in a close late game situation with runners in scoring position and just see, is he truly a machine or not?
And a pitch. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. Back there. And that ball is out of here. A towering shot to right. 3rd home run of the season. It's 5-1.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Jamer Candelario stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. A switch hitter batting right. Fly ball down the line. Vierling settles underneath it and puts the squeeze on that. And that's the inning, but not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now a 5-1 ball game. Back after this on the show. Second inning set to go. Now it's the DH, Zach McKinstry. And the right-hander back to work. Laced down the line. Could be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he's got his second double of the game.
He has had such a good day today. I don't think he's going to want to leave when it's over.
Couple of doubles today for the DH. So a man aboard. The batter now, Javier Baez. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. In there, and it's 0-1. McKinstry leads off second with nobody out. And the next pitch is way outside. Matthew Ross behind the plate. Pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, pitchers that work side to side effectively love being on the mound with Ross calling balls and strikes, Boog. If you can command your stuff on the outer edges of the strike zone, he will reward you.
Falling behind 2-1. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it.
And now this is down for a base hit. Now a long throw home. It's off the mark and he scores. And the lead is up to 5.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Man at first. Riley Green digs in now. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Righty reliever out of the pen, Erasmo Ramirez.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Check on the runner. Baez back in safely. Baez runs. And first offering is fouled off. Ramirez throws over. Back in there standing. Nobody out. Runner at first. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Pickoff throw, and he's back in there. The pitch. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Fired to second, on to Smith. 2.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
2 outs, base is empty. And next to hit for Detroit, Spencer Torkelson. And that one is in for a strike. The Tigers selected Spencer Torkelson #1 overall in 2020 out of Arizona State, and he rocketed through their farm system, made it to AAA in his first pro season, and then eventually made his big league debut the following year.
Yeah, Torkelson became the 4th Arizona State baseball player to be drafted #1 overall. Can you think of some of the other ones, Boog?
Two outs. This to center field. And they get Torkelson for the out. And that is that. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Now to the bottom of the second. Tigers 6 and the Nats 1. Back in Washington, D.C. Now it's Dominic Smith.
The first baseman, Dominic Smith.
The pitch. gets him to chase after that one.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
Next offering is fouled back. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Stone Garrett, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Swing and a miss, and a count 1-1. Good eye right there. Ground ball up the middle. Throw on to Torkelson. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. And now it's Keibert Ruiz. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
That one inside. 2 balls and a strike.
As a veteran out there on the bump, you're trying to establish both edges of the plate. Right here, he's working inside.
That one lifted to left. And it drops in. And that extends the inning.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Just a bloop hit behind third right there. And that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to. And the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
So digging in, Alex Call. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. So 1 left for Washington. They trail it 6-1. On to the 3rd inning. Here's the second baseman, Andy Ibanez. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. In for a strike, 0-1.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position. And that's what he does.
Pops it up as he checks his swing. Garcia hauls it in for the out. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Nick Maton.
Nick Maton will hit next. Ramirez in his 8th season, 32 years old, and he's a native of Nicaragua. In there for strike 1. One down, base is empty. Slides, but it gets by him.
Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Now, Akil Baddoo singled and drove in a run his first time through. Over to first, and he saved. Right down the chute. It's 0-1. Mayo, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. Ramirez picks to first, and he's back in safely. And down on strikes he goes. 2 gone now.
The catcher, number 13.
Man at first, Eric Haas up now for the Tigers.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
And that's in there for strike 1.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Checks over to first, back safely. That one ripped. And out of here. Eric Haas goes deep, and they add on. It's 8-1.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Base is empty with 2 away. And next up for the Tigers, Matt Vierling. They say you win. Next offering is in for a strike. Two down, nobody on. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Yeah, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. Couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Right-handed reliever. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Righty to the plate. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Garrett pulls it down, and that's the 3rd out. Detroit adds 2 on this homer. It's now 8-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at the ballpark, set for the bottom of the 3rd. Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. Awesome play there.
The batter, the designated hitter,
Here's Lane Thomas. Thomas measures 6 feet even, hitting leadoff in today's game, and he's usually in the outfield. Today he's the DH. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, Blue, people don't realize how far the jog is from the dugout to the outfield position. And if you're playing in Oakland, man, it's a country mile to get out there. So for him to be able to be the DH today, that is really a nice day off.
0-2.
And now the lefty. Got him swinging. Pulled the string on the changeup.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Garcia stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Next pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Next offering upstairs.
2-1.
And the pitch. Lifted in the air, right center field. Vierling under it. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. It's still an 8-1 ball game. On to the 4th. And here's the Tiger leadoff man, Zach McKinstry.
McKinstry.
The pitch. And he pumps it a strike.
Well, these Tigers putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They were obviously able to run the starter out of the game in the 3rd, so they've set the table for a win, and now I'm sure they're thinking it's time to feast.
And down on strikes. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Up next for the Tigers.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Javier Baez. 1 for 2. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. And a foul ball. And the 0-2. Up the middle. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. That leaves him without a throw. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first. And now the center fielder, Riley Green. 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the 1st. Ramirez checks over to first, and he's back. Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. A little bit low.
Excellent arm action on that 2-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
Ramirez over to first, and he's back standing. Baez at first, 1 gone. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Ground ball to first, could be 2. Wide throw, and it gets away. And they won't get him, and he goes first to third on the error.
Well, an error like that, you look at the scoreboard and you kind of wonder if these guys are losing focus out there. And look, it can be tough to stay locked in when you're getting blown out. We've all been there. And I'm not saying that's definitely what happened on this play, but it's not a great look.
Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. Turned on, but foul wide of third. Strike 2.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. He can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball double play.
First and third, 1 down. That one the other way, puts it away for the out.
Now batting, the second baseman, Andy Ibanez.
Now it's the second baseman, Andy Ibanez. 1 for 2. He had an RBI base hit back in the first. And a foul ball. Runners on first and third, 2 away. That's a base hit as a run scores.
Picks himself up an RBI. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
And the batter now, Nick Maton. There's a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
First and second, 2 down. He swings and fouls one off. Foul ball, still 0-2. Left-hand batter waits. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And the right-hander deals. Up the middle, Garcia. They get the force. Inning ends, and that stops the bleeding. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. Tigers 9, and the Nats 1. Bottom of the 4th, now it's the right fielder, Joey Meneses.
The right fielder.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
And he deals. On the ground, right side. Whips it to first. And 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Now batting, the third baseman, Jamer Candelario.
Now batting Jamer Candelario. Flied to right his first time. That's out to center field. Green settles under it. And it's caught for the out.
The batter, the first baseman,
Dom Smith stands in.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And first offering is fouled off. Into center. Green settles under it and makes the play, and that's out number 3. And the Nationals gone in order. They trail it big. It's 9-1. And welcome back. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's a speed threat, Akil Baddoo. Now on the mound for the Nationals, Andres Machado. He's been so good against lefties.
Number 57, Andres Machado.
The wind of the pitch. And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything came together for him. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
So a man aboard, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Eric Haas. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Tigers, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well. With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Check swing, went around, and it's 0-2. And that one hammered. That's going back. Back some more. Makes the catch up against the wall.
The right fielder, number 8, Matt.
And up next for Detroit, Matt Vierling. That's in there. Strike 1.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
At the belt and fires. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Throw into third, and the throw's offline. Safe at third.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
And next is the designated hitter, Zach McKinstry. And there's the strike. Here comes a pitch. And that one just missed off the outside edge. That clips a corner. Kicks and deals. Base hit and a run comes in.
Love how he just kept it simple there. Didn't come out of his mechanics. Nice tight swing, hard hit ball.
Javier Baez, the next to hit. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Flashes the leather on the run and catch. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Riley Green.
So first and second with 2 outs. Here's the center fielder, Riley Green. Just off the outside part of the plate. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Hard ground ball, base knock. Vierland around third. He'll score easily, and it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10.
He was all over that one. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. And a strike in there. Swing and a ball lifted left field. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Tigers 11 and the Nats 1. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And the batter now, Stone Garrett.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some guys. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse, go after hitters and get quick outs.
Yeah, the lefty with the 0-1. Little chopper rolls foul. Going to count 1 and 2. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Here's the catcher, Hebert Ruiz. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Clips the corner. Strike 1. Line drive. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Alex Call.
2 outs, base is empty. And now up for Washington, Alex Call. First offering misses the mark. And a swing and a miss.
1 strike.
Swings through that one, out in front that time.
Now, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
Next offering down low and in the dirt. Bounce to the left side, and it goes just foul. The 2-2. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
And now the shortstop, C.J. Abrams. Grounded out his first time. That misses the zone. Ball one. Kicks and fires. And a foul ball. Call off of first with 2 away. Way inside, gets out of the way.
You see how the catcher wanted that pitch up and in. Want to try to tie him up. That's the one thing we're seeing, that high fastball. You have to get it up there because of how hitters have changed their swings.
Tap to first. Torkelson flips it behind his back. That is the inning. Nationals leave one. They trail by double digits, 11-1. Back here in Nationals Park. Start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Andy Ibanez. Machado back to work. And downstairs. Machado in his second season, 29 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Call. Pulls it in on the run.
Some of the greatest players in the history of the game were born in Venezuela, including one that finished with 500-plus home runs, 3,000-plus hits, and a triple crown.
Nick Maton up now for the Tigers. And that's in the dirt. Next offering is in for a strike. And that one fouled off. The wind and the pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. Left-hand hitter waits. Got him looking. Down on strikes, and he knew it.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
And it's fouled away. The pitch. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. The 0-2. Strike three. Got him looking on the changeup. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit, but they're on autopilot, leading 11-1. Welcome back. Well, we go bottom 6. Up now for Washington, Lane Thomas. And a pitch. Ripped into right center. Base hit.
Wastes no time there. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Garcia.
And now it's Luis Garcia. His splits between April and May there. Fastball in the corner at the knees, and it's a strike.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
And a pitch. And there's a ball.
Oh, he's really working him away, this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Swing and a miss. That is strike two.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
And now it's 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Okay.
Thomas gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Hit on the ground, might be 2. On to second, they get 1, and they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
Pretty lengthy at bat right there, and usually the hitter wins that battle after seeing so many pitches, but instead the exact opposite, or maybe even worse than that, grounds into a double play. Tough at bat to swallow.
And first offering is fouled off. Meneses goes 6 feet 3 inches, 240 pounds, and he's a native of Mexico. And it's 1-1.
Players from Mexico City to Baja California have been in the league going back to the 30s. Mexico has been represented every decade for nearly 100 years now and has a strong history in MLB.
2-1 now.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
And a swing and a miss. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Top of inning number 7, and here's the catcher, Eric Haas. The pitch. That one's in there, and that's strike 1. Swing and a miss as he was late.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
And that one is lifted in the air and makes the grab. And a quick out, number 1.
The right fielder, number 8, Matt.
And now the right fielder, Matt Vierling. Next pitch is popped up. Candelario should have this one. Makes the grab for the second out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Zach McKinstry.
So now the DH spot, Zach McKinstry. First pitch, and he just misses. Righty delivers. In there at the knees. And the count is 1-2. And the righty deals. Lifted in the air out to left. Garrett makes the grab, and that'll end the inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for the traditional 7th inning stretch.
Back in Washington, D.C., bottom of the 7th. Here's the third baseman, Jeimer Candelario. And here it comes. And takes low for ball 1. Foul ball. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. And here's the first baseman, Dominic Smith.
Dominic Smith.
Look out! And it hit him.
You know, Boog, you always say how important it is to have a good feel for the game. I say after the game, you step into the box, I'll throw some fastballs at you.
No, actually, I think we're good, Chris. Base knock right field. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
And now Hebert Ruiz. Next pitch is popped up. Maton gets under it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Man, it's so frustrating. You got a couple of runners on. You want to try to drive in at least 1 run. Maybe you get a little too big with the swing. Pops out right there, and I tell you what, nobody's more frustrated with that at bat than him.
Call in the box for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate. The 1-0. In the air to left center. Baddoo under it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Back here at the ballpark, here's the shortstop at the plate, Javier Baez. And the right-hander back to work. There's the strike. And that one fouled off. In the air left field, Garrett moving under it, and there's 1 down.
The batter, the center fielder.
And next to hit for Detroit, Riley Green. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So now it's the four-hole hitter, Spencer Torkelson. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Hunter Harvey.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year, typically at least one an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Harvey.
That one finds the zone. 0-1. Green leads off second with one gone in the inning. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Right-hander kick steals. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Call settles under it and makes the catch. Runner tags up for third, and he's up to third safely with two gone.
Now batting, the second baseman, Andy Ibanez.
Andy Ibanez up now for the Tigers. And first offering is fouled off. Right-handed reliever fought off foul. Runner at third, two away. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. They turn things over to the southpaw, Tyler Alexander. This southpaw has been really good against left-handed hitters.
Now pitching for Detroit, number 70, Tyler Alexander.
C.J. Abrams digging in for the Nationals.
The shortstop, C.J. Abrams.
The pitch. Slider misses outside. Alexander, he's someone that fills up the strike zone, so he doesn't give up a lot of walks, but because he's in the zone so much, a decent amount of hits occur. The 1-0. On the ground right side. He'll do it himself, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Thomas.
Next is the designated hitter, Lane Thomas.
Showed a really nice opposite field approach in his last at bat.
First pitch just misses. Activity in the bullpen. Jason Foley getting loose for A.J. Hinch. Vest getting loose as well. And fouled off. And a foul ball. The pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere, and it's not foul.
And now the lefty. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Here's the 0-2. Rolled slowly to first, and that's just foul.
And he's got to get ahead early in the count and then be able to mix up his speeds, add and subtract some velocity, but command is the big key, throwing the ball where he wants to.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Back here in Nationals Park, and now Nick Maton.
Nick Maton.
The right-hander back to work. Harvey, a righty that throws with power. He features a four-seam fastball, a splitter, a curve, a two-seamer, and he works in a slider. Oh, 0-2 now. Out there to center. Call on his way over. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Left fielder, Akil Baddoo.
Now the left fielder, Akil Baddoo. That one's in there, 0-1. Righty to the plate. Ground ball left side. Slings it across. And a couple of quick outs.
Number 13, Eric Haas.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to him. Eric Haas.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
There's a strike. In the air, foul off first. Puts the squeeze on it, and that will end the inning. So they make short work of him there. Hard of the order, 3, 4, 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Tigers 11 and the Nats 1. Bottom 9, and now up for Washington, Joey Meneses. And he deals. Foul ball there. Next pitch is downstairs. And he chases that one below the zone.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And a pitch. Got him. And one out now. Next to hit for the Nats, Jeimer Candelario.
Jeimer Candelario.
And there's a foul ball. At the belt and fires.
Ball one. One ball, one strike.
And delivers outside. That one fouled off. 2-2. Just missed.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
Kicks and fires. On the ground to third. Throw on to Torkelson. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman, Dominic Smith.
Up now for Washington, Dominic Smith, as the Nationals are down to their final out. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And that's in for a strike. This one lifted in the air, left field, and that'll do it. The Tigers slug their way to a win in this one.
Well, this team was ready from the first pitch of the ball game, swinging the bats, scoring runs, just very aggressive. I feel like they set the tone, and that tone created a momentum that took them all the way to the finish line. Nice win today.
An 11-1 final. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.